Welcome to the installation video of the CURT 13650 Class 3 trailer hitch on the 2012 Ford Escape. To give you a better view of the installation, we are using a lift. Like most installations, this vehicle does not need to be elevated for the install. We estimate this installation to take 30 minutes to 1 hour depending on your level of expertise. First, let's go over the tools necessary for the install. You'll need a torque wrench, a ratchet extension, 3/4 inch socket, and depending on the vehicle, a rotary tool with die grinder bit and a pry bar may be required. The first step is to fishwire the carriage bolts through the frame rails. In some cases, the vehicle may not have enough room to fishwire the carriage bolts through the end of the frame rail and will require you to enlarge the access hole here. To enlarge the hole, use a rotary tool with a die grinder bit. Starting on the driver's side, insert the coiled end of the fishwire up through the attachment point and out the access hole. Place the square hole spacer over the fishwire and thread the 1/2 inch carriage bolt into the coiled end. Pull on the opposing end, allowing the bolt to pass through the spacer and out the access hole. Repeat this process on the passenger side. Once the bolts are pulled through the frame, carefully lift the hitch into position. On the passenger side, place the square hole spacer over the carriage bolt between the hitch and the frame. Finger tighten the hex nuts and conical tooth washers on the carriage bolts on each side of the hitch to hold it into position. If the vehicle is equipped with a vibration dampener that interferes with the hitch, simply use a pry bar to allow for enough clearance. Now that the hitch is in position, fishwire the remaining carriage bolts and spacers through the side of the frame rail and out the mounting holes in the vertical portion of the side plates. Be sure to start with the foremost attachment point so the hardware doesn't bind within the frame. Finger tighten the hex nuts and conical tooth washers on the carriage bolts and be sure not to let the hardware fall back into the frame. Repeat this process on the opposing side. Now that all of your bolts are in place, torque all 1/2 inch fasteners to 75 foot-pounds. This completes the installation of the CURT 13650 Class 3 trailer hitch on the 2012 Ford Escape. Still need a ball mount or wiring harness? Find all that and more at CURTMFG.com.
CURT, the first name in towing products.